and welcome to NextGen Banking Nordics 2018 in Stockholm. I'm Hannah Wallace, and with me now is Sami Uski of Tieto to talk about open banking. Hello Sami, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
Now firstly, there's a lot of hype around open banking, but what's your take on it?
Yeah, definitely there have been some hype, especially when we talk about the PSD2. But then when we start looking into open banking, probably the issue is that there haven't been a common, let's say, a storyline or the structure for what the open banking really means. And therefore, we have actually created certain level of framework to understand and have a common terminology when it comes to open banking. First of all, we talk about the open banking platform. That means a bank or financial institution in general, they are opening their APIs for others, whether they are the mandated APIs according to PSD2, or alternatively, they are the value-added services that they offer for free or with the cost. So that's what we call the platform part. The second area, what we see development very active right now, is what we call the open banking ecosystem. And in that ecosystem part is really how, for example, bank or financial institution leverage the services from others. They can be APIs, like the PSD2 mandated APIs and aggregating the data. It can be other data sources, like wealth data, which is not part of the PSD2. Or it can be even applications, ready fintech applications that a bank takes into their customer touchpoints and serve it for their customers. So the second area is really ecosystem. Third one is, of course, then how you build new applications on top of it, either one bank alone, together with the collaboration with the fintechs or other service providers. So then we are really talking about taking the best out of it when it comes to open banking.
All right, and what would you say would be the main influences on open banking development?
Yeah. So many think that the open banking itself is kind of a very kind of dramatic concept in banking, but I see it a little bit differently. Why I'm saying that one is that that have been the situation in the corporate banking for ages. They have been interacting with the bank via open APIs. So we're really talking about taking to the consumer banking. Then, of course, the development areas have been the platforms themselves. They are much more flexible, much cheaper and faster for onboarding a new customers onto that platform. That's one. But then, it's probably the biggest development area, or which we could say is even a paradigm shift in banking, is the real-time, instant and always on connectivity. That is really making the difference. I mean, the infrastructures behind the open APIs are coming instant. We have very good examples of that one. For example, instant payments in Sweden. We look e-commerce payments, over 70% of certain e-commerce payments are done with the instant payments, and that have happened in less than a year. So conversion from traditional payment into an instant payment have been very rapid. So that's one area. Second area where we are looking at this kind of instant payment development is new services that couldn't have been possible earlier. One example is salary payment, instant salary on the immediate money transfer on your account. So these two are the ones that have definitely been in the agenda. Then now we are talking about a lot of harmonization. We have services already, for example, in the Nordic countries, different countries, instant payments, but we talk about harmonization, so really how it works across the nations and provide similar customer experience. So harmonization definitely is one area.
And finally, would you say banks are ready for the regulation of PSD2 on APIs to be open? And if not, what steps can be taken next?
Obviously, I would foresee a certain hustle in many banks before the 14th of September to happen, or actually 3 months before that one when the banks needs to be ready. Not really the APIs, like account APIs or payment APIs, they are pretty simple, but the whole security framework, I mean, the strong customer authentication, how it's implemented different means in different countries. Finland, for example, it will make it quite cumbersome for the end customers. So there presumably is a little bit hustle around that one before we are there in the PSD2 world. Secondly, if you look, will after PSD2 become effective, do we really expect a real fierce fight for the customer interface? And I have certain doubts about that one. Look in the examples what we have. In the Nordics, we have fintechs like Trustly. We have an Think already aggregating the account information, but we haven't seen that kind of explode into the market in the full speed. The second one, in Finland, we already have third-party payment initiation available via Tieto platform. Not a single challenger bank have yet entered the market in Finland. So really the PSD2 is probably not the key and the essence of the open banking. It was a good start. I think the most value comes that banks start focusing for the open banking, what it brings in this full scale, full scope, and then start focusing, bringing that further.
Fantastic. Well, certainly some exciting developments there. Thank you for your insights, Sami. It's been a pleasure.
No, thank you.
And thank you for watching.